Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Hardcore series. This is episode number 4. My name is XP Gamer. How are you guys doing today? In today's episode, I have a lot planned in today's episode. And unfortunately, this is not the first time I started to record this. I went through almost halfway through an episode without turning my mic on. So this is like attempt number 2 at recording this episode, and hopefully my mic is on, which I double checked it is on. But yes, so last episode we built this stonemason and we kind of went over, my thought process for this area. This is going to be a medieval village, and we are on this nice big island kind of surrounded by a river that kind of connects, areas together. Well, it separates this land from the others, but it's a nice connecting body of water that goes all around us. And yes, and this build, this stonemason build, is really cool. I really like it. A lot of you guys did like it as well, but unfortunately there is no interior yet. I haven't really gotten time to get to the interior yet for that build. But yes, for those of you that don't know, the concept behind this build is, so over here we have this kind of hole here, and I kind of have a cobblestone perimeter of how big this hole is going to be. This hole is man-made. Now, I didn't dig it by pickaxe, actually. I dug it by using moss blocks. I kind of, because the way moss, works is you bone meal it, it kind of griefs the grass around it, and you can, dig it out with a diamond hoe or whatever, insta-mine it. And I've been farming moss and everything that grows with moss here, and I've just been digging down and down and down and all the way down there. And yes, in this cobblestone outline is kind of the perimeter of how big I want this thing to be. And this quarry is kind of going to be the focal point of this area. And the reason for the stonemason is because any of those stone resources, and I went over this in the last episode, but for those of you that don't know, any of these stone resources that come out of the quarry, like stone, cobblestone, andesite, granite, diorite, tuff, cobbled deep slate, any of the new stones and all that, they will get deposited and shipped or sent over to this stonemason. You can see we have these like trapdoors here. I'll add trucks and more decorations here that'll have the stones. They'll drop it off here and it'll get stored in the area here. And right here I have chests kind of laid out where I'm going to have the storage for this. I just haven't hooked up any of the redstone for that. But we are going to keep all of my stone in this world in this little building here. Well, not little. This building it's pretty big. One of my favorite builds so far. But yeah, currently I have all my stone, and it's not much, but I have all my stone in my starter house. I want to eventually move all my stone into the stonemason. And yes, the stonemason will basically store all the stones, maybe refine all the stones, make it polished. Polished andesite will come from this, and like those stone bricks and all that. You kind of have to use imagination. Cool, neat little idea. And then all the ores and minerals will that'll be coming from this quarry, they will be going to a metal worker. They'll be dropped off, kind of the same concept as the stonemason. They'll be delivered and dropped off to the metal worker, and that's what we're going to be building today. We are going to be building a metal worker blacksmith type build over here in this little area. I already have a design set out, laid out, and I already know where it's going to go. And yes, but this is going to be a cool concept. So we're going to have a metal worker here. His job is to basically collect, well, he receives all of the ores and minerals from the quarry, gets delivered to him, and his job is to smelt them all down, process them, make them into shiny ingots of gold, iron, copper, whatever that may be. Diamonds, he'll refine the diamonds and emeralds and all that stuff. And then the other workers, like, let's say, the armorer or toolsmith or weaponsmith, like the secondary blacksmiths, they'll purchase from his store, like, all the ingots that he makes, and then he will or those workers will, you know, make their tools or weapons or armors. That's not a word. Their armor. And there'll be like different buildings and all that. It's a really cool concept. If you follow me, I know I talked a lot there, but it'll all make sense once it's all built and laid out. But yes, I have been, you know, chatty a lot here, and I need to start collecting my resources I'm going to be needing for this build. So let me collect some resources and kind of get this area all set up, and I will get back with you. Okay, it's been a little while, but I do have all the resources that I need gathered in these chests right here. Now, it's almost all of them. I think I'm missing on a few. But before we get building, I did spend, in between episodes off camera, a lot of time caving, lighting up the caves, gathering a bunch of resources. And this is so far what I gathered. I also found a couple dungeons, found a Frostwalker 2 book, a saddle, name tag, and like a bunch of diamonds that are already fortuned. Some are I have silk touched, but all this copper, iron, gold, already fortuned. I just need to smelt it all up. I also have like some extra resources, rated a geode a little bit, and yeah, just use it for building blocks and all. And the build that we are going to be building today will be very handy to us because these ores and all that we got from caving, we will now have like an official spot to smelt a bulk load of ores and all that stuff and be able to store it. And we are going to be building it right here. Like I mentioned, I already have the spot flattened out already. The terrain is already prepared for me to start building on. And yes, this is just a far back look of where we're going to be building. A nice big area. And yes, so I am going to start building the first layers. Not on camera, but I'll just probably pop in and out in between clips and show you the progress and just kind of explain what I am doing. So I am going to get started here. Okay, so some progress has been made. As you could see right here, I got the base layer of the build basically complete. You know, some minor details still missing. I still have a whole wooden section at the top here to be built, but my thought process here with this build here is that the base of it is going to be stone. You know, it's a blacksmith, metalworker building, so all their metalworking is going to be done kind of in the basement, you know, with like lava and hot stuff. And so it kind of makes sense to have the base of the build out of stone. And as you can see, I have a variety of stones, like andesite mainly, stone bricks, cracked stone bricks. I also have a little bit of tuff in there. So it's got a little bit of everything, which I think adds some texture, really good texture to the build and all of that. Now you can see to the right of the build, we have kind of like a walkway or a stairway down, and it kind of goes to this front pathway here. And then on this left-hand side is where the ore deposits get dropped off. Okay, so this is kind of what I mean. Now, this pathway here, you know, trucks would be, kind of have it imagine trucks would be driving on this pathway, dumping out all their ores here. And like right now, it's iron, you know, being deposited. It goes down this little chute here and in this hole. And on the inside here, still working on the interior, but it comes through here and it gets grinded and all that. And then like it kind of sits here until it gets picked up and, you know, put into this furnace or smeltery, which I have to construct. Yes, that is the basic idea with that. Now the build is obviously not done on the inside yet, but the terrain will come along. Yeah, I'm slowly working in the terrain here. As you noticed, there is kind of this straight edge of terrain here. This is where I'm going to have like kind of like a wall here, a small little wall that'll go from the water all the way up to here. But yes, I'm going to keep building here, keep working, and we'll see what it looks like when I come back, see how far I've gotten, and give you kind of like a progress update. So yes. Okay, so it's been a little bit of time, and I have been able to almost finish the build. I say almost because I am missing out on a few details, some minor decorations. I'm supposed to have a tree right here. So yeah, it's not completely finished, but the majority of it, the main structure, is finished, and I think it looks really cool. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this build. I like it, And so let's just take a little tour. Okay, so we are here at the front of the building. This is kind of like the downstairs section. This is going to be the workshop in here. Now, I do have the interior like half finished. I still need to add more details like a ceiling and more details up there and more decorations down here. But basically, this is the workshop area, and I kind of shown you what this is. So basically, all the ores get funneled through here. They get grinded up into like little tiny chunks. They kind of sit here. You kind of have to use your imagination, but they kind of sit here until they get picked up and kind of smelted. This is going to be a huge, nice, furnace, smeltery area. And I'm going to have lava here. I just haven't gotten to that yet, but there's going to be lava here. And they kind of smelt it up. Maybe they, when they weld them or whatever, there's going to be a nice welding table here. When they weld them, maybe they have to heat it back up and all that stuff. They weld it over the anvils. Just kind of a cool little neat idea I had here. This is where all the ores get processed and made into metals. And then up here, we have this nice little staircase or little stairway up here to the back side of the building. This side obviously faces the town, the village. And yeah, this is what it looks like on the back. This is obviously the big forge here. I think it looks really, really nice. But in the back here, as you can see, I still have to finish out this terrain here on this side and on this side as well, because it obviously looks very weird as it floats. So I'm going to obviously finish this up, and these pathways here are going to connect. So this pathway will connect to that, and the idea is the trucks or whatever will get the ores from the quarry and kind of deliver it, drive along this pathway that I'll have, and they'll drop it off here, and it'll go into the system, which I think will be pretty cool. But yeah, that's the build in its fullest. Not complete yet. I am going to complete it before the end of this episode. But yes, let me know again what you guys think in the comment section below and the idea I have for this metalworker build. And yes, I do need black dye, so I'll grab some of these ink sacs. Llamas. We're starting to see kind of a little skyline develop here in the village. I know there's only 3 builds, like my starter house, the stonemason, and now the metalworker build. But we have a nice little skyline going. I think it's going to look pretty cool. But yes, like I said, I am going to finish the terrain here. I'm going to have a nice little mini wall going out the front. But yes. But we are going to take a little bit of a break from this build for now. And we are going to take a trip into the Nether because I'd like to go exploring. Okay, so we are in the Nether. I got my boots on. I'm all ready to go. I have a clear inventory, and so a couple episodes ago, I spotted... Ooh, this is dangerous. Oh, don't want to be staying in there. I spotted a Nether Fortress right over there. You could barely see it, but there is one over there, and we are going to go explore it because we haven't been to a Nether Fortress in a little while. So it's time to go explore. Now, I didn't get any blocks. I probably should have brought blocks to bridge over. I guess while I'm at it, I guess we could check out this ruined portal here. Oh, glistening melon. Okay, just gold junk. Oh boy. I'll get that gold later. But for right now, on to... Where'd it go? It's over there. On to the Nether Fortress. And here we are. Okay. Oh, got the achievement. Okay, well, I got my first blaze rod. Just going to block that up. Ooh. Okay. Oh, man. The big fortress. I have an idea. Just lure them under through here. They can't get me. Uh-huh, yeah. Oh, well, they got me. Come on, guys. Now, if you're wondering why the nether bricks are black colored, that's because I have my resource pack on and I changed... Ooh, that's pretty good. I changed the texture color of the nether bricks to be black instead of purple just to try it out, and so far I kind of like it. They got nether warts. And there we go. Alright, guys, come on. Come on, we need wither skeleton skulls. Let's go. And none. Okay, well, we are going to head back, but not before I collect some blackstone, because I do need that. We did not too bad, not too shabby in raiding that Nether Fortress. Didn't get any Nether skulls, which is kind of what I wanted, but it's fine. We did get a couple of diamonds and a couple blaze rods, so not bad. Ooh. Wow. You guys just witnessed that firsthand. That was pretty dramatic. Just gonna snag that gold. They can't do anything about it because I'm wearing gold. And we are on our way back to the overworld. And the build is finished. It is looking really cool. I have completely finished the entire build. All the details are in. I even added a tree on the side here. And I added this nice wall, this barrier wall, right in front of the build and on the side over there. And I think it looks really cool. Let me know in the comments section below what you think of this build and any feedback you have for it, but I really like it. Yep, so as you can see, I have this wall coming all along this side as well, and then kind of wrap it around this way. It's gonna go around the entire island and maybe in other parts as well, but I think it looks really cool. And looking at it from this angle, I think it looks even better. It's just another cool angle to look at it. And then on this side, I did get most of the terraforming done. I say most because I left that part out because I'm not really sure how I want it to be terraformed. If I want like a wall here or if I just want this to come slowly down, I'm not sure yet. We'll save that for another time. But I did flatten and smooth this area out, and it looks really cool. The only thing I didn't do was connect up this pathway here with this pathway over here, but I will get that done. This is very detailed, as you can see. I got different textures in the wall, which I think looks really cool. Add some more character to the build. And then over here we have this other little room here. This is going to be like a storefront or a shop. I just haven't done the interior yet, and the point of it is basically the metals that are being made from the workshop down below will be, you know, kind of on display here for purchase for like any other workers in the area to buy them, like the weaponsmith, toolsmith, armor, and all that. They can come in here and get the ingots that are produced from the metalworker, and then they can use them to be made into what they make. And then down here, I showed you this already, and by the way, this looks really cool. I still have to tidy this area up over there as well. Now, I did show you this before, but I did finish the interior to the workshop of the metalworker, which looks really cool. So as I mentioned before, the ores and minerals come through this little chamber here, and then they get kind of like, they would get cut up and then sent over to here to be smelted in the nice big forge over here. And then they have this table over here so they could do some welding or some, you know, they could smoothing out the ingots. Maybe they put it back in the furnace over here to reheat it and all that stuff. It's just a really cool process. And then up here is just like extra crates for storage and all that. I also have barrels up there for overflow, which I think is a really cool idea. But again, basically the idea is the metal worker gets its resources from the quarry, so like all the ores, and then trucks or whatever will deliver them over to here. And then they just kind of dump them out to here, and it goes down this little chute into that hole, which we just saw. So it could be cut down, processed into refined ingots that will be on display in the shop here, so they can be purchased and all that. But yeah, that's kind of the basic points of this building, the basic gist of it. Hopefully you guys do understand it, and hopefully you guys do like the build in general. I do really like it. Give me some feedback down below of what you guys think. But yeah, this will basically serve a place to keep all of my ores and ingots and all that. So I am going to move all of my ingots from over there, and the ones that I got here, the ores that I got from caving, I'm going to move all that into that build. So this might take a little bit, but we'll be back. Okay, so I just finished getting everything moved from over there, and all my ores and ingots. I moved all my ores and ingots into this build here. So we have our ingots on the back side here, and then all of our ores are up there in storage, which is pretty cool. But yes, in the next episode, I would like to start working more on this quarry and trying to refine it and make it look more like a quarry and detailing it and all of that. Maybe we add another structure or build out in the front here, but yes, that is unfortunately gonna have to do it for today's episode of the hardcore series. Please let me know in the comment section below what you think of that build behind me right there. I do like it, but yes, anyways, guys, that is going to have to do it for today's episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys did enjoy, please give it a thumbs up. It'll be much appreciated if you did, and it'll keep me motivated on making more episodes such like this one in the future. And if you guys are new, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future episodes. And just like that, I will see you all in the next episode.